to everyone, also from my side. My name is Matthias Schirner. I'm responsible at SNP's IT department for the whole area of business application. Let me briefly introduce SNP to you. So we are a global market leader for selective data migrations. Our headquarters is in Heidelberg, Germany, but we operate globally with 35 locations in 120 countries across 5 regions. We are also an SAP partner and a founding member of the SAP S/4HANA Selective Data Transition Engagement community. You may have heard about that. And together with our strong partner ecosystem, we deliver a large share of all selective migration projects worldwide. What really sets us apart is our experience. So over the past plus 30 years, we have completed more than 50,000 successful projects. And behind that, we have a team of today around 1,500 colleagues operating worldwide, as said. Additionally, we are also the inventor of the blue field methodology. You may have heard about that. So our SAP migration approach that combines the strengths of classical methods like greenfield or brownfield with selective, flexible, with a selective and flexible way of moving to S/4HANA. That means more flexibility, higher speed, and more security for your transformation projects. So next slide, please. So here, just an example of one of our highlighted last projects with some impressive numbers from my point of view. So maybe also next slide, you will see a couple of more. This is just a rough selection of our customers. So getting into the topic, I would like to start giving an overview about our strategy, where we are coming from, where we want to be, before I hand over to my colleague Vaneeta to go deeper into the topic of our SuccessFactors transformation. Next slide, please. So that's where we're coming from. So this slide shows our current is not the right word. It is from 2024 when we kickstarted our initiatives for moving to the SAP Business Suite. But this is, I like the picture because it's a kind of showing where not only we as a customer are, I guess a lot of other companies seeing the same complex architecture pictures. So what we see right away, so over the last years, we solved many business needs, but we did it in many different systems. So each of them makes sense on its own, but taken together, the landscape has become very fragmented, and in some areas also over dimensionized. So for what we comparing to where we want to be in future. So what you see here, and that's still the case, as a center, we run at S/4HANA 2021 private cloud on a Microsoft Azure hyperscaler. So it covers a broad scope of the classical finance, controlling, SDMM, PS, time recording, and also parts of HCM. Beside that, we also have project and portfolio management called EPPM, plus some external add-ons running on our S4, like Tangro invoice management or XFT for personal files. So our ERP is carrying a lot, and it works, but it makes the core heavily because we pulled many topics into S4. That in a public cloud setup would rather consume as dedicated services. So around the core, you see a whole set of specialized solutions. You see HubSpot, for example, or Salesforce for lead and CRM processes. We have ADP as a global payroll partner. We have LucaNet for financial consolidation. We have User Valuation for it's a customer-faced solution for providing service to our customers. And every single tool justifies from a business perspective, but not in total. What means that many interfaces, many release cycles, and of course many owners. To make them all talk to each other, we need also an interface management with what we do via Orchestra, which is a middleware, and also with SAP BTP, CPI, or nowadays called Integration Suite. And so given that, so we already have an integration layer that mainly exists, but that mainly exists just to compensate how heterogeneous the overall landscape is. To complete the picture on the analytics side, it's similar. So we have Tableau for management reporting, NIME, it's an ETL tool for data preparation. We have SharePoint for project content, and we have also SAP Concur data needs to be included. So the reporting and the data are not yet in one place. So they live more or less in multiple tools. So, and it works. But it's harder to standardize and more expensive to run all these applications. So what the picture tells us, so we have in fact too many systems and applications for related processes, and we have also too many point-to-point integration scenarios, and we have, beside that, too much sitting in the core, in that case S/4HANA, that would prefer to run as a standardized cloud service in future. That's why we call the ES as a fragmented architecture or landscape. So the processes don't run end-to-end in one platform. HR is partly in SuccessFactors, where we are in the rollout. Vaneeta will tell you more about that in a couple of minutes. We are partly with HR still in S/4HANA. The payroll is external. Skills are also not in an or are in an non-SAP tool called the Sedalo. CRM is in Salesforce. Leads are in HubSpot. So that increases a complexity of data, roles, authorization, and of course the change management. So, as mentioned, this is also, because some requirements operate on quite powerful platforms, but we only use them partly. Simply the landscape has grown organically, so that that's acceptable in a private cloud or in a hybrid world. But that's not what we want to take one-to-one in our public cloud scenario, which I will present to you, and is also not following a standard first approach. And that's exactly where the cloud transformation comes in our case. So the goal for us is to simplify this, to consolidate the functions, reduce parallel tooling, and move closer to standard. So so to reach fewer exceptions, fewer integration, to maintain more one process, one platform approach. This is not in general wrong as we built it in the past. This is just a typical grown enterprise landscape that now needs to be prepared for our public cloud future. So next slide, please. So, as this is very high level, but this is also to demonstrate how simple, or to simplify where we want to be in future. So that slides should demonstrate how we want to structure processes in SAP call it nowadays the new business suite. So the main idea is very simple. Yeah? So we would like to have fewer platforms, clearer ownerships per processes, and shared master data underneath. So instead of many overlapping tools, we define a handful of core applications, each responsible for a well-defined process domain. So what we see here on the left side, our sales force will be the owner of the lead to order process. So everything from opportunity to order capture stays in the CRM world, where our sales colleagues also work every day. SAP SuccessFactors will be own the hire to retire end-to-end process. So the HR data, org data, talent data are managed where they belong to an HR system. And in the center of our new landscape, we decided to move to an S/4HANA public cloud edition, so a complete new ERP. So where we would like to have the classical ERP processes like process to pay, record to report, and also the order to cash area. Yeah, and on the right side, of course, SAP Business Data Cloud (BDC) is also a most relevant topic for us. We are already kickstarted in a project for moving our analytics capabilities to SAP Business Data Cloud as our central data and analytics layer. So where we can combine data from S4, Salesforce, SuccessFactors, Concur, and also and it should be built inside. And of course, SAP Concur will be also a core component of our SAP Business Suite, which is already in place. We are still in the rollout in the global, but should be then also integrated into the future landscape. In a most in highly standardized way. So given that, so instead of 15 to 20 different integration scenarios we have now, or we want to have a small number of well-defined connection between those applications, most of them are covered by native integration scenarios provided by SAP. And underneath everything, you see that we will have master data governance framework. That's very important, because in the multi-cloud setup, you only stay fast and clean if business partners, employees, materials, cost center, profit center, etc. Are governed centrally. So otherwise, every cloud would be not a good invest if we are not taking care about that. So the MDG is what keeps the whole model consistent. On the other side, we would like to have one data layer for reporting with SAP Business Data Cloud, plus the specialized cloud services like SAP Concur, for example. So should be, comparing to the picture you saw before, more or less the opposite of the fragmented as is. So we are running the same processes, but more modular, more standardized, and of course cloud ready. So with that, hand over to you, Vaneeta.
Thank you, Matthias. Yes, I will give a short introduction of me, and my name is Vaneeta. I joined SNP back in 2021 as SAP HR consultant. When I joined, I was looking at the HR IT landscape, what we have, how we are doing all those processes at the life of the employee at SNP. So for 1 or 2 years, I was learning and looking at the landscape and the problems our employees have. And then this is what we have. So we have all those processes. Some are in, as Matthias explained, in the architecture diagram from 2024. We have every process that I mentioned here, but some are in the S/4HANA private cloud, some are in shadow IT systems, some are completely manual process based on Excel or email or in a service desk. So we have these processes, but all are scattered in different shadow IT systems. And then we come back 1 year back at the same time, we were sitting together and asking ourselves what we want to do in this direction. As we are a growing company, SNP is growing too fast. We are getting more and more employees, and we cannot continue like this. We need to change. And then we were asking ourselves questions, how we want to change, what change we should bring. And then together with management, we are asking ourselves, do we want to invest in a system that is not ready for the future, that have no innovation, as it's very clear that SAP is not investing in S/4HANA system for innovation. Their focus is very clear in the SuccessFactors side. Or do we like to invest in a system that is fit for the future? So our answer was very clear that we would like to invest in S4. We would like to invest in SAP SuccessFactors. That's why we decided exactly 1 year back that we will move forward by implementing whatever we have in S/4HANA right now. We will implement that in SAP SuccessFactors so that we will create a baseline that will unlock more scalability for other HR module or other HR processes. So now we are at a situation, our heart is beating strong. We have already implemented SAP SuccessFactors, Employee Central, time management, and now we are ready to take our journey for other directions, be it recruiting or onboarding, be it compensation and performance and goals, or be it learning and succession and development modules. So we are ready to take this journey now. And then, as I mentioned, we started this journey 1 year back. What we achieved so far? We are already live with 7 countries in less than 1 year. What we have implemented is Employee Central. In Employee Central, all the mandatory employee information is captured as per the global standards. And we implemented time management. Employees can record their time off, their overtime, and also their work schedules, everything. And we also created the org structure based on the business units, division, departments, and positions. All positions are linked with the cost center. And as you already saw that our landscape is quite scattered, so we need to replicate our data from SuccessFactors to S/4HANA private cloud so that all the following process works as it is. So what we have implemented is doing the data replication, HR master data replication to S/4HANA private cloud. We also created standard and custom reports that are ready for the usage auditing purposes, for monthly reporting or for quarterly reporting. So we have created all those reports in the system. How this implementation impact at the organizational level. So I'm so proud to say that this change brings the great employee experience. Our employees are so happy that they do not need to go to their laptops to do small things like applying for a vacation or recording their overtime. They can do it via their phone, and they do not need a VPN connection or anything. So they are so happy with this employee experience. Similarly, for our managers, they can also do all those approvals easily from their phone and can check all those great dashboards, who did the overtime from the team and who took the vacation when and who have so many vacations pending. As in Germany, it's like we want to take all those 30 days vacation in 1 year. So the manager can check that who did not take and can ask if you can take your vacation. So all those dashboards are available for manager. And this system is not only for employees or manager, it is also for HR. They are the key users. They are the one who are creating HR master data. So our focus is also that it makes their life easier as well. So they can work on this system. They do not need to be a consultant level intelligence. Anyone who knows how to use Facebook or Instagram can work on SuccessFactors system and create employee master data and all those administration options. Yeah, and for last, for the senior management, we created or we are in process of creating all those dashboards and reporting that can help them to give a visibility to them, and they can make decision based on the data. Okay, and so this is a roadmap we created in October, as I already mentioned, what we have achieved so far in the delivered section. And we are not stopping here. So we already have planned to roll out what we have implemented for Central Europe, for our JPAC region, and also for US. And with the rollout, we are also keep on increasing functionalities, be it data replication for time management data, creating more and more management dashboard, or enriching the employee master data by adding optional data like dependence, maybe the future past experience within the company or outside of the company. So this data is not obligatory, but we would use this data for other processes. And for Joule, that is my favorite topic. I would say that we are already ready with the technical setup. So now we are working with HR on what functions our AI Joule can do on behalf of employees. So we decided to go with 3 waves. The first one is mainly on the navigation, that employees or managers can say, oh, I would like to apply for a vacation. Then Joule can take them to the option where they can apply for vacation. The second one is to doing the task on behalf of the employee. Then the employees can say to Joule that, can you please apply my vacation from 1st of December to 5th of December, then Joule will do the task for the employee. And at the third stage here, what we decided is to link our global policies, and there the employee can ask, am I eligible for a global benefit like childcare subsidy? And then Joule will go to our global policies and then check it and then reply, yes, you can. If your child is less than 6 years and is going to a kindergarten, you are eligible for this. This is what we are imagining, what we are planning for future. And the last topic that we plan to achieve until December this year is Concur integration, as Matthias already explained in our visionary, what we would like to achieve in the next year, to have seamless integration between the systems. So we would like to achieve the integration between SuccessFactors and Concur. And in future, we have countries. We are also have our presence in LATAM area. So next year, maybe in the first quarter, we will roll out Employee Central time management in the LATAM countries. And we will keep on adding more and more functions. So the next modules we would like to implement is performance and goals and compensation. Yeah. Okay. So we achieved so far so good results, and I'm very proud of it, that what we could achieve in last 1 year. And now I would like to tell you how we achieve all this. The very first is behind every successful project is a project team. And I'm very proud of my project team. We are a small team, but it's a highly skilled team, be it our business HR guys, be it our implementation partner from SCD Soft, or our project management or our business application team. So all are highly skilled in their field. That's why we could achieve so many things in such a small period. The second point here is the strong leadership support. We are very, very lucky here. It's not that we are going to the management that we would like to do this. Can you please approve it? It's the management who is asking us, we want you to do this. Tell us what you need to achieve this. So we are very, very lucky in this area. And the third point, which is very important point, is the partnership. So for such a project, we should have a great implementation partner, and we are very lucky with our strong partnership with SCD Soft. So they know our business. We have a long-term partnership with SCD Soft, and they have a highly expert team who worked with us throughout the project, and they did a great job, I would say it here. This is related to the people, so the great team, the partner, and the strong leadership. However, along with this team, we also did some great processes. One is that help us really to achieve the result is fit to standard workshops. So along with Alshan, we did lots of fit to standard workshop where we question our current processes, where we write our as-is processes and then compare it with the to-be processes or standard processes recommended from SAP side. To be honest, what we saw, our current processes, at the first day, it looks at, these processes are not the standard one. We are very special. When we compare it with the standard processes from SAP side, it was same, more or less it was same. So maybe we were doing it manually. Maybe there is a step we are doing by email or via another shadow IT system, but the process is same. All those steps are same. So we decided to go with the standard processes instead of doing lots of customizing. Then we followed the SAP Activate methodology with the Cloud ALM, and that helps us a lot, as in Cloud ALM we had we created this project and there we identified this is what we would like to achieve, and in Cloud ALM we got all those tasks that we need to do along with a lot of links to the SAP website or discovery workshops, and with all those standard templates that helped us a lot to achieve all this. Okay. So key drivers, what points that help us to achieve these results so faster is the pre-configured content and best practices, as we did a lot of fit to standard workshops, and we decided to go with standard processes. I'm very proud to say that our implementation is 90% as per the standard and best practices. We did not do too much customizing. We only did customizing if it's a legal requirement or it's a must-have as per the company policy. We said no to customizing if it's a nice-to-have thing, and we always look for standard solutions for any requirement from the business side. The second point I already explained is that we had a strong back from our leadership. And the third point is the strong collaboration, as we are a small project team. So I would say it's like 5 people team, 2 from the business, 1 from the IT, and 2 from the implementation partner side. So we had seamless coordination. We had aligned goals that we would like to achieve this together in this timeline. So we had regular checkups during the week. And so we are, I would say, it's very closely working together to achieve this. And the fourth point is preferred success engagement. When we decided to go for SuccessFactors, and then SAP gave us the option to go for preferred success. And I'm very happy that we took this option. So we have a single point of contact at SAP side whenever we stuck into an issue during the implementation, or we are confused, we do not know how the standard process would look like, we can contact the single point of contact. And to be honest, we got the reply within the same day. And our contact person also linked us to the experts. We had so many calls with the experts from SAP side to analyze our issues. They help us solving very critical issues during the implementation phase. I can remember one issue when we are just to reach our go live date for the pilot. Earlier 1 week before that, our instancing was not working fine due to some technical issues. And I was so worried how we will do that, how we will achieve our timelines. And so then I go to our single point of contact at SAP side, tell them this is our go live date, and so we are stuck here. And to our surprise, he solved this issue within 2 days, and we could achieve our timeline. So I would highly recommend this. And the third one is the change management and enablement. If you see any SAP sessions, if you attend any SAP session for any cloud implementation, change management and enablement is the key driver. So we need to involve people early during the starting step. If we do not involve them, it could be a failure. So we focused on user trainings. We gave them access to the learning portal of SAP. We downloaded those standard trainings. We communicated, and we engage the whole employees, leadership, HR teams, so that they know what we are doing, what we are trying to do, and they support us during the journey. Okay, then the next slide is no project can go without challenges. We had our own share of challenges, and from all those challenges, we learned a lot. The biggest challenge we had is the complex data replication to private cloud. As mentioned at the start of this presentation, our private cloud system is grown over the years. So we had so many processes going on the private cloud, and we wanted to replicate data from SuccessFactors to private cloud. It does not work as theoretically and easier it's seen on the SAP website. There are so many challenges when we actually try to implement this thing. So our key learning for such a task, we should allocate additional time for planning and for testing such a complex data replication scenario. Alton, do you want to add something here in the challenges on the data replication challenge?
Good day from my side. I can underline what Matthias and Vaneeta are talking about. Just to sum up, it was also from our side glad to work with SNP colleagues, because they come up with a cloud mindset, with the willingness to change. And they also know their systems, the processes, the data, which are just are in the system. And therefore, this project was just fast in our eyes. But the point of complex data replication, sure, we are just integrating two different systems. SuccessFactors has its own data structures, processes, and data. And we are trying or integrating the system with a just old historically grown up SAP S/4HANA HCM system. And for sure, there are some points which you cannot consider in before of the project. You will see when the application just works. You see how the on-premise system, the SAP S/4HANA system, just processes this data coming from the SuccessFactors system, and you will then also dive into deeper topics like the customization, and it's also relying on how the system is used. For example, at S&P side, we just have a payroll system, but an external one, ADP, as Matthias told us, and therefore the system is just configured just to deliver the data correctly to the ADP, but not to just run the SAP payroll as it is. And therefore, in some points, we need to check the customizing. In some points, we have to check the migration again. And here, we need to just put the word of testing, just plan time to have a correct and a good way to test the data. Also to test, validate not only in the SuccessFactors system if the processes are working correct, if the data is correct, migrated. Also, you have to just fulfill the tests end to end. So you test the data replication. Is the data correctly replicated, or is the data changed on the way in the middleware or on the on-premise system, to be ensured that everything is just on the green side. And from our experience, many customers just with the straight project timeline and the project, let's say, tasks, they do not allocate much time for the testing and for the validations, but it's recommended to test it and to have just also quality gates to say, okay, I tested end to end, and for 90% I'm on the green side. And the other ones are, for example, special cases. I have to deep dive, check what's the issue here, and so just allocate a buffer. Try to just have a relaxed, let's say, integration testing on that topics.
Okay, thanks, Alton. Completely agree on this topic. And then the second challenge we had is the technical issue during the configuration. I already gave you an example. A very special case that our instance sync was not working fine. And then our key learning was to involve the technical experts from SAP side. Sometime the implementation partner can also not do anything. The issue is from the SAP side. So whenever we had such issues, technical issues, it's better to involve the experts from the SAP side at the early stage, not trying to solve everything at our side or the implementation partner side. That also waste, for me, sometimes it's a waste of time that we are struggling, we are searching, taking help from AI, and after that, after spending 1 week or 2 weeks, and then we are going to SAP, we are trying to solve this issue, it's not working as expected, and then they come. So we learned that if we have such issue, we will only try for 1 or 2 days or maybe 3 days, and then we will go to SAP side. And today, being with Preferred Success, we are very happy. They always help us on the same day. So it helps us a lot to solve all those technical issues during the configuration. And the third point, I mentioned that we are a small team, and being a small team has its own pros and cons. So sick leaves can happen. The small team members can have their other commitments related to work or personal commitments. So it could happen that a core team member is not available when we need it. So I would recommend it and also learned from our side to plan the resources carefully. Always try to add a backup and flexible support to avoid these kind of bottleneck during the peak project phases. The fourth one, which we noticed a lot during the complete journey, is that SAP is frequently changing their terminology. Today, something is called this, and tomorrow it will be called that. And then, so SAP is continuously evolving their terminology and product namings, and it is only creating confusion to the end users, and also very difficult to maintain the designs and documentation. So this is so we tried to maintain up-to-date terminology reference. We are looking for all those annual or 6-monthly releases and checking what is renamed or what has been changed. So we are trying to be up to date here. But this is a challenge. I would say we struggled a bit here. And then next point is the pitfalls that we can avoid. Is the first one is overly rigid plans. I know it looks very nice. It feels very nice if we can achieve 100% what we target for. But as my experience working on various projects, if we target to achieve 100%, it can only lead to stress and delays. So we tried not to go with we planned not to go with 100%. So how we defined our tasks or our test scripts or plans with a priority and with high, medium, and low. So we would definitely like to achieve the higher prior thing and the medium prior thing. For low, nice to have things, we can solve all those things during the hypercare phase, or if we can extend it to further period. So we did not delay our timelines only to achieve a nice to have thing. So we are flexible on the timelines or on the scope. Yes, we wanted to complete this target this date today, but it's due to some technical issues and anything, it's not achievable today, and then we do not want to compromise on the quality, so we can extend the timelines maybe until end of this week. So I saw many projects failed or delayed due to overly rigid plans. So I think this is something we should avoid for such a transformation journey. And the second point is over customization. Since HR master data, we are IT company, our HR master data flows between different systems for different processes. If we do a lot of customization, we do not follow the standard processes, it only increases the complexity and the integration scenarios does not work as this is. And so I would recommend against the over customizing. I know every idea is great and people always bring great ideas there. It's nice if we have this, but we decided to look for standard solution, and if there is no standard solution, we go to SAP, and if they say no, there is no standard solution, then we tend to say no to those requirements if it's not a legal requirement, if it's not a must-have requirement as per the company policy, we tend to say no. The next point is underestimating data migration complexity. We have so many tools to migrate data, and being SNP, we had great experience in transforming and migrating data. However, I have seen the data itself can be of a poor quality or incomplete, or something is missing, and that could delay and that could cause delays and cause errors. So we should not underestimate data migration. We should always plan enough time for data migration. And it's not only from the business side the data is wrong. It can also happen that SAP changed something and you need to check all those things. So this is always a complex topic, and we should avoid underestimating this task. Then the insufficient change management. So if we do not properly communicate and will not train key users or our employees, then it can lead to low user adoption. As this is a journey, we are just at the starting step, I would say it like this, and it's obligatory to engage, to communicate, and to train the people. So we decided to go with the train the trainer concept. So we identified some key users and we trained them, and now they are training other employees. Integration challenge, as Alton already explained that there could be theoretically, it feels like, yes, this is a seamless integration, it will work like it is, but there are fair share of challenges when we try to actually implement it. So yesterday I was having a meeting with regards to Concur integration, and I found a very nice blog from SAP. There we had 3 options to integrate SuccessFactors to Concur, and the first option was there, looks very nice and can be implemented in 2-3 days, and then we were very happy. And then we looked at, this option was not able to create a BOM file, which is mandatory for Concur. So go to option 2, and then there is a prerequisite which is not available on our landscape. So either we need to order this or something this, and it might take some time. So all those challenges can happen when we are trying to implement these integration scenarios. So we need to really take care of this. And the third one, the last one is very, very important. If we do not engage the stakeholders, if we do not involve corporate and regional HR, IT, or business leaders, then we decide the requirements with a set of people, and then when we actually implement, it could lead to misaligned requirements. Maybe management is expecting completely different from what we have implemented. So it's better to engage all the stakeholders from the day one.